Hello everyone. I haven't posted a YouTube video in a long while. So I kind of wanted to post something out here, kind of let you know what I've been up to. I'm in a very creative stage at the current point in time with the quarantine currently in effect. I feel it is more important, there's a bigger need for content creators such as myself to put out creative content, to work on more projects, to kind of fill that void that is currently felt with quarantine, to kind of break up the monotony of quarantine, which is a phrase I have said a lot in the past week. To do so, I've come up with a brand new project. I'm looking into working on some more. I'm just trying to finalize some equipment and make sure that I can handle it. However, for now, I will talk about the fact that I have been doing a new show 3 times a week. This week was the very first week that I started doing it, and I'm so excited to do it throughout this entire quarantine, 3 episodes a week. So, the premise of the show, which is titled Quarantine Musings, is basically to disrupt the monotony of quarantine and to kind of show how quarantine and COVID 19 is affecting the various industries at this current moment. For instance, this week I had 3 different guest co-hosts that are all talking about their industry, and that's how the format will work. I will be the official host, and I'll have a guest co-host on every episode. So on Monday, I had Christian Cutzy on to talk about live streaming. This past Wednesday, I had Derek Munsenmeyer on to talk about the bar alcohol industry. And today's episode, Friday, dropped. Amy Pluto was on to talk a little bit about the healthcare industry, a little bit of surface information about the response the healthcare industry is taking, as well as some tips to kind of keep us healthy in a COVID 19 world right now, as well as talking about the effect that it had on her side job, which is for a company called It Works. Now, next week, I'm very excited about what I have coming out next week. I've already recorded 2 of the 3 episodes. So, Monday, my good friend Cindy Kirshner, I don't know why I said Cindy Kirshner is on. I know her better as DJ Cindy, Queen of Rock. She's someone that I've worked with for many, many years for Paradise Radio. I knew her beforehand at Your Radio. She's now an owner of an online radio station. She's on to talk about the internet radio industry on Monday. On Wednesday, another good friend of mine. Everybody on this show pretty much are good friends of mine. I've known them for a while. On Wednesday, I have Caitlin Wilson on to talk about how COVID 19 and the quarantine is affecting the TV entertainment industry because she helps work at a network called Design Network. And next Friday, I'm going to have John Nigro on to talk about the real estate industry. Some other industries that will be talked about the week after I'm not going to reveal the guests just yet, but the week after the schedule is the DJ entertainment industry. I have the music industry, and I have the restaurant industry as a whole. More than just the bar industry. The restaurant industry is a different concept in a way. I'm also trying to get some guests on to talk about the real retail industry, how COVID 19 is affecting how they approach this and everything. I have something in the works for just business economics in general. I want to talk to people about how ministry during this time is affected, the education industry. I think there's a lot that I'm going to be able to talk about, that guests are going to be able to bring to this type of show. We've had a lot, every single episode that has been recorded, we've had an immensely amazing time just talking. Some of it's reminiscing, but a lot of it's just talking in such an enjoyable way for everybody, especially those of us that were involved. Everybody I've talked to had an amazing time on talking about their various industries. I've worked with 5 different guests this past week to get everything up to speed, and it's been a truly incredible experience. While that is going on, I am still working on my other show, Into the Abyss, which releases every other week. Because of Quarantine Musings, I switched the day of when Into the Abyss releases. Into the Abyss will be releasing every other Thursday, which means my programming schedule for next week is I release Quarantine Musing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I have Into the Abyss releasing on Thursday. So I have 4 episodes of podcasting content coming out next week, which I am so very excited for. I have the time to be able to put this stuff together, so I'm so glad that I'm able to. I'm so glad that so many people have joined forces with me to create this. I also want to just say that I'm very thankful to my podcast host for Quarantine Musings, especially. I utilize Anchor for that show, and it's been an amazing experience for that show, especially because it has an online call feature which allows me to have guest co-hosts on, especially in a quarantine time where I can't really meet up with people. It's a great way for me to have this show with other people rather than just another show of just listening to me for whatever the length of time is. So that's what I'm working on right now. I have another project or 2 in the works. I'm trying to see if I can make them happen. It's no guarantee, but that is where we stand. I'm so excited for Quarantine Musings, the project. I'm going to link down below to the 3 episodes that I have released this past week. Another great thing that I have done this past week is I created a brand new YouTube for my organization, the Catholic and Adults of Greater Danbury. As many know, I am one of 3 leaders for that group. We created a YouTube this past week. We released 3 videos for said YouTube. One of which was a reflection from me on Mass that I had a couple of weeks ago, which is really great. I'm very happy to have done that. And another really exciting thing for me that I have done within this quarantine, this COVID-19 period, is the fact that ServSafe decided to make for food handlers the online training and certification completely free during this time, which I took up that opportunity, and I am now officially ServSafe certified as a food handler. I'm looking into trying to extend that further for ServSafe manager and ServSafe alcohol certification, just because you never know. It's nice to have. So that's where I'm at here in the quarantine. I wanted to kind of release this video just to give you guys a bit of an update, because I haven't really released a video in a long while. A lot of my rants and focuses for talking have been skewed into the Abyss for a while now. I've been doing a lot of political conversation over there, which used to be a decent amount of my content here on Facebook for a little while. I considered extending it onto here, but for now I want to keep it to the show Into the Abyss. So please go check out Quarantine Musings. Check out Into the Abyss when it releases again next week. I'll definitely be talking a little bit about the Bernie Sanders decision to suspend his political campaign for 2020. I'm going to talk obviously about COVID-19. Another great thing that I'm doing with Into the Abyss is I'm trying to do a small business spotlight. Next week I'll have a couple more businesses to talk about. If you want me to shine a light on a small local business in your area, please comment down below and I will tell you what I need for that in order to put it on the show. So thank you and God bless.